Barcelona intends to pull off a transfer that will definitely keep Messi in the club. Manchester City chose an alternative to Lionel, and Laporta had a say about his plans if he wins the presidential election of Barca. Friends, yesterday brought us several of outstanding transfer sagas at once. Now the whole world will watch them. Subscribe to our channel to follow the recent details on every possible occasion. Guys, what player would you call as the most underrated one in football right now? Write the exact names in the comments below. And now quickly smash like for this video because we are about to start. Manchester United midfielder Bruno Fernandes has been named last month's best player in the English Premier League. Erling Haaland's agent Mino Raiola has demanded 20 million euros in commission from Real Madrid for the transfer of his client. Rooney retired as a footballer and took over Derby County as a full-fledged head coach. Thank you for your great performances, Wayne. PSG head coach Mauricio Pochettino tested positive for COVID-19. We wish him a speedy recovery. Today, Roma sporting director Thiago Pinto will meet with Atalanta midfielder Alejandro Gomes to discuss the player's purchase. I will play as long as I feel good, Milan striker Zlatan Ibrahimovic assured us in an interview with Football Italia. Aston Villa head coach Dean Smith was named the best coach of the last month in the Premier League. Bayern have no plans to buy out Douglas Costa on loan from Juventus. The Brazilian will end the season in Munich and then return to Turin. I've become a football icon. I'm on a par with the best players in the world and I'm proud to be considered as an idol, Neymar said in the interview with Gaffer. Atletico has conceded only 2 goals from open play in 16 match days in this La Liga season. Manchester United will compete with Chelsea for West Ham midfielder Declan Rice. At the same time, the Blues remain the favorites to sign the player. Marseille has reached an agreement with forward Arkadiusz Milik. As for the French, it only remains to agree on the player's transfer from Napoli, writes RMC Sport. Bayern is going to buy Real Madrid defender Eder Militao to replace David Alaba, who will leave Munich in the summer due to the expiration of his contract. The main point when working with young talents is the lack of pressure on them. Koeman is worthy of respect for bringing the youth together around Messi, Busquets and Alba. Football Italia quotes Rivaldo. Liverpool are showing interest in Lille midfielder Renato Sanchez amid the uncertainty over Jorginho Wijnaldum's future. This season, no player from the top 5 European championships under the age of 21 has scored more than Erling Haaland with a number of 21 goals in all competitions. Chelsea midfielder Danny Drinkwater is in talks with Turkish club Kasimpasa, claimed Sky Sports. PSG midfielder Julian Draxler will leave the club. In March, he will pick a new team and strengthen it in the summer as a free agent, according to Bild journalist Christian Falk. Barcelona shot-stopper Neto wants to change clubs. Arsenal from London is interested in him. Manchester City goalkeeper Ederson has kept the net clean for 13 times in the last 16 Premier League games. The International Federation of Football History and Statistics accepted Joachim Löw as the best coach of the decade among the national team coaches. Real Betis suddenly became the main contender for Arsenal defender Socrates. Negotiations are held at an advanced stage. Ciro Immobile is the only player to score over 100 goals in Serie A since the 2016-17 season. Playing next to Ronaldo is a pleasure. I'm gonna be telling my children about it. Sky Sport Italia quotes the words of Alvaro Morata. Real Madrid is looking for a short-term reinforcement on a centre-forward position after the transfer of Luka Jovic. Sergio Aguero is one of the goals for the Merengues. Leipzig defender Dayot Upamecano is in contact with representatives from Chelsea, Liverpool and Bayern Munich. Arsenal defender Kieran Tierney has escaped serious muscle injury despite the concerns from the club doctors, reported Football London. Negotiations with Real Madrid are going in the right direction, said Luka Modric in the interview with Goal when asked about the extension of his contract with the Royal Club. Leipzig beat Milan in the fight for the Strasbourg defender Mohamed Simakan. The Bulls will pay 18 million euros for the player. We didn't have a second of discussion about Gareth Bale staying at Tottenham for the next season. Sky Sports quotes Jose Mourinho. The first games of the new match day took place yesterday in the Bundesliga, Serie A and Liga 1. All the results are on your screens. Now it's time for us to dive into the main news. The election of the new president of Barcelona will be postponed due to the coronavirus pandemic. This decision was made by the Catalan government at a virtual meeting with representatives of the club. During this discussion, the parties came to a consensus that the current epidemiological situation in Spain doesn't allow the elections to be held on January 24th, and a new potential date for voting is already being discussed. Most likely it will be the 7th of March, as stated by Marca. 3 candidates are currently running for the Barcelona presidential post: Joan Laporta, Victor Font, and Toni Freixas. The last person to head the Catalan club was Josep Maria Bartomeu, who left his post ahead of schedule in October last year due to the big financial problems of the Blaugranas and conflicts related to the future of the team captain Lionel Messi. Barcelona presidential candidate Joan Laporta, in an interview with TV Cat, had a say on his plans if he wins the upcoming elections. "The first thing I'll do as a president of Barca is to call the management of La Liga, the Spanish Federation, UEFA and FIFA to demand the respect that Barca deserves. We have lost it in recent years." Also, journalists asked Laporta about the possible signing of Borussia Dortmund forward Erling Haaland, to which Joan said the following: "Now it's not the time to talk about signing contracts. Haaland has a very smart agent in person of Mino Raiola. Any word about Erling will only increase his value. So far, I have nothing to say." Let us remind you that Laporta is considered the favorite of the presidential elections in Barcelona. In his support, he has already collected 9,625 signatures. The second place is taken by Victor Font, who was supported by 4,431 voters. And the third is Toni Freixas. He has 2,634 signatures. Manchester City is considering signing Real Madrid striker Eden Hazard as an alternative to Barcelona captain Lionel Messi. It's reported by the Belgian newspaper Voetbal24. According to the source, Messi has been in the City's radar for quite some time, and given the fact that the Argentinian's contract with Barca expires this summer, City head coach Pep Guardiola is extremely interested in inviting his former player to Etihad. However, there is a possibility that Lionel will nevertheless sign a new contract with the Blaugranas, thereby dispelling any rumors around this person. Moreover, even if Messi decides to leave, the British won't be the only party interested in acquiring him. That's why Manchester City had a plan B in the form of Eden Hazard's transfer. Because as you know, the Belgian is going through the hardest period in his career and still doesn't justify the 100 million euros that Real Madrid invested in him. By the way, as Marca notes, observing the endless injuries and the weak play of the Belgian, the management of the Merengues is losing patience, while Guardiola, on the contrary, believes that Eden can fit well into the City squad and form a thrilling duo with his teammate in the Belgium national team, Kevin De Bruyne. Well, let's see where these rumors lead us. Friends, we have a double deal here. It turns out that this summer, Manchester City striker Sergio Aguero may move to Barcelona as a free agent. The Catalan club is seriously thinking about the transfer of Kun, since he is a close friend of the leader of the Blaugranas, Lionel Messi. As Marca informs, the situation is greatly facilitated for Barca by the fact that Aguero's contract with City expires in June and Sergio is still in no hurry to renew it. While taking the opportunity, the Spanish club decided to play ahead of the curve and take the footballer away from the Sky Blues, which in theory should convince Messi to stay. However, Barcelona is not the only contender for Aguero, as PSG is watching the situation around the Argentinian, and the new head coach of the Parisians, Mauricio Pochettino, is eager to get his compatriot. Aguero joined Manchester City from Atletico Madrid in 2011 and since then scored 256 goals and 73 assists in 379 appearances for the English Premier League club. Sergio has 13 trophies as a player of the Citizens. Guys, we remind you that our friends from the Top Football channel have released a new video about the main mocking penalties in the history of football. Some of the shots will definitely shock you. The video is right in front of you. It was Football News. Have a nice one, and see you in a bit.